cricket umpiring exam is based on MCC cricket laws.
That there are some great umpires out there like Dicky Bird, David Shepherd. So, what does it take for somebody to move from a player to umpire?
So he told me just to try it out, give an exam for umpiring and just see what it. MCA का exam दिया. So MCA has first a written exam where you have to score 80 marks as qualification marks.
Have you officiated anyone that
Yes, I officiated Rohit Sharma. Then I officiated Wasim Jaffer from Mumbai. For no ball, I referred the third umpire and it was a no ball. So it was very in the closing stages of the game. Crease marking check करना है, कौन से ball use करने हैं, वो enough stock of old and new balls है कि नहीं वो देखना है. Hawkeye is the technology mostly used in all the cricket events. The umpire को भी professional relation रखना पड़ता है player के साथ. Player is misbehaving or if you want to do something behind in over rate or whatever, every information you have to pass through the captain only. Appeared for a written exam in Mumbai Cricket Association and from there it all started.
Hi everyone, welcome to Sporting Careers, where we discuss various professions beyond the world of sport. Today we're going to deliberate on a special topic, that is cricket umpiring, and we have the privilege and honor of having Pranav Joshi with us, who's a BCCI accredited umpire and who has officiated in local tournaments, in domestic tournaments. And today we'll actually discuss what goes behind the scenes, to be an umpire. So we will take it a bit from the journey of Pranav Joshi, where he started as a local player, and from a local player, he's headed on to become one of the umpires. So, welcome Pranav, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
So, let's start with, your journey, if you don't mind, telling the viewers, how you came into the world of cricket. I mean, what actually brought you to cricket? Because there are various sports that are out there, right? And you chose cricket as a profession. And from that journey, how you ended up becoming an umpire.
So, like every kid in Mumbai, I used to play cricket while I was a kid, and I used to play for club in Thane, and from there I started my journey. I played various local tournaments in the club, and when I was playing a match in Thane, our club secretary was a cricket umpire.
Great.
So he told me just to try it out, give an exam for umpiring, and just see what goes on. I mean, so then I gave it a try. I appeared for a written exam in Mumbai Cricket Association, and from there it all started.
So let me ask you this. So, umpiring is a very, it's a profession in its own way, right? But not a lot of people actually would, even know, about umpiring. So if you could just give us some sort of an insight as to, what it takes to get to umpiring. Because for example, I think most players want to be either, batsmen or they want to be bowlers, and, that's where the limelight is.
Right.
So, being an umpire, and we do know that there are some great umpires out there like Dicky Bird, David Shepherd. So, what does it take for somebody to move from a player to umpire?
Okay. So, like you said, everybody wants to be a bowler or a batsman as a kid.
Right.
But जब उनको पता चलता है कि एक stage के बाद we could not represent our state association or something.
Okay.
Then they try various things, various professions which are connected to cricket. To be involved with the game, they try various other aspects of the game. So, some move to umpiring, some move to scoring, some move to video analyst thing. So I tried umpiring. I used to umpire in a practice games as a player, as a 12th man or something. I used to umpire for a practice game, and then player who wants to be an umpire, he has to first go to his local association which is affiliate to BCCI and give a exam. मैंने ऐसे ही किया था. मैंने MCA के पास में गया. MCA का exam दिया. So MCA has first a written exam where you have to score 80 marks as qualification marks. If you qualify in the written exam, you get to give the oral and practical exam.
Okay.
So oral are based on the one-to-one questions as well as few videos.
Okay.
And practical is actually a mock match. They play a mock match. They ask some players to come and play a cricket match. And you have to be a bowlers and umpire as well as a strikers and umpire for 1 or 2 overs. And the examiners will be standing with you and they will assess your performance. So ऐसे रिटर्न एग्जाम में 80 स्कोर करने के बाद अगर आप ओरल और प्रैक्टिकल में भी 80 स्कोर करते हो तो यू विल बी देन इनटू अ BCCI MCA अंपायर पैनल, ऑफिशियल MCA अंपायर पैनल. तो इस प्रकार से फिर आप जब भी आपको टाइम है, जब भी आप अवेलेबल हो, आप लोकल मैचेस करते जाते हो, पहले स्कूल से, फिर कॉलेज, ऑफिस क्रिकेट या सम MCA टूर्नामेंट्स ऑल्सो, जैसे कांगा लीग है, टाइम शील्ड है, तो वो करके आप आगे आगे जाते हो और फिर आपके परफॉर्मेंस के ऊपर, आपके एक ओवरऑल इसके ऊपर आपको अगले लेवल पे चांस देते हैं।
इसमें कोई एज लिमिट होता है क्या, या
Yes. A candidate has to be 18 years old minimum. There is no educational qualification as such, but just that he has to be 18 years old, and to go to the BCCI panel at the right time, you have to start early.
So now another question that I have for you here is, again related to this exam that you spoke about, right? Is there any sort of preparation that happens? कोई करना पड़ता है, या do you need to know cricket statistics या कुछ ऐसा कुछ रहता है? What kind of, if you can just give us a little bit of insight onto क्या exactly comes into the paper?
Okay. So basic cricket umpiring exam is based on MCC cricket laws. The Marylebone Cricket Club that is in London.
Okay.
Those are the custodians for the cricket laws, and the written exam is based on that MCC cricket law. So you have to study those laws. You have to attend classes also. MCA conducts classes for 6-7 weeks at Wankhede Stadium. So after you study those laws, you have to give written exam, and then, as I said, if you qualify, then go for oral and practical.
Can you give us like a few questions? I know it must be very long time back that you would have actually done this, but do you recall any sort of questions that were there? Maybe a simple one and maybe a tough one for the viewers, so that they get an idea of what kind of questions actually come up.
Okay, so the some are the one-liner or one sentence answers all questions, and some are the big long answer question as well. So they will give some situation, the ball is pitched here, contact here, and then would you give that out or not out, like that. Or some questions will be like, while giving LBW, what aspects, what points you take into account, like that. So you have to put in different points, 5-6 points that you consider while giving out LBW.
So basically they're trying to understand from the person who's going to be an umpire, or the umpire's temperament is what is being trying to be picked up here. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, actually the exam is only based on the laws of cricket.
Okay, purely on the laws.
Purely
of cricket.
on
It's
the
got
laws
nothing
of
to do.
cricket.
So it's like a right or a wrong. That's it. There's
Yes,
no other.
correct.
Okay. Just moving on from this, right, from the paper and all that. So we understand that there is a certain form that has to be followed, a process to be followed to be an umpire. Now let's move from there to an actual match, right? A real match scenario. And I'm sure you officiated quite a few matches.
Yeah.
So before you get into any match, right, what is the kind of preparation that you go through before you get to a cricket match?
Okay, actually preparation starts 2 or 3 days before the game. You have to brush up the laws. Now there are three types of cricket games played in the world: multi-day match, or a test match as you call it, then one-day match, 50-over match, and a T20 match. So depending on what appointment you have got, you have to study the playing conditions for the game. So you have to brush up those playing conditions, prepare your kit, and on the match day you have to start early, beat on the ground early. You have to perform some pre-match duties. जब भी हम लोग ग्राउंड पे जाते हैं, ग्राउंड अपने पार्टनर से मिलते हैं, जो कलीग अंपायर है उससे मिलते हैं, ग्राउंड्समैन से मिलते हैं, फिर कोई प्री मैच ड्यूटीज रहता है, जैसे क्रीज मार्किंग चेक करना है,
अच्छा,
कौन से बॉल यूज़ करने हैं, वो इनफ स्टॉक ऑफ ओल्ड एंड न्यू बॉल्स है कि नहीं वो देखना है, बाउंड्री कौन सा है, कैसे है, रोलर्स कितने अवेलेबल है, ये सब देखना है. तो ये सब इसके लिए आपको थोड़ा पहले जाके ये सब पहले काम करने पड़ते हैं, और फिर आपको दोनों कैप्टन्स के साथ टॉस करके उसके बाद आप मैच चालू कर देते हैं.
ठीक है. तो और एक क्वेश्चन मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ इधर, दैट वो जो प्रेशर रहता है, इफ इट्स अ वेरी हाई प्रेशर मैच, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से इट्स एन इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच, ठीक है, तो फिर उसमें इज इट लाइक अ कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट फीलिंग फॉर द एम्पायर, या इट्स जस्ट लाइक एनी अदर क्रिकेट मैच दैट इज देयर और आप जाके ऑफिशिएट करते हैं, उसका प्रिपरेशन कैसे होता है?
डेफिनेटली अ डिफरेंट फीलिंग. बिग प्लेयर्स आर प्लेइंग बिग ओकेजन, लेकिन आपको एक बार आप गए, मैच चालू हुआ, तो ओवरऑल मैच तो रेगुलर मैच जैसा ही होता है. एक बार आपने चालू किया तो वो प्रेशर मेल्ट डाउन हो जाता है, और देन यू आर इन टू द गेम. सो देन इट्स, आई मीन, लाइक ऑल अदर मैचेस,
it just becomes like a regular cricket match.
Yeah.
But some of the matches, I mean, even if it's domestic, right, you might know the players and stuff like that. And just for the viewers to understand, so do people put any pressure on you ki, you know, before the match starts, right? Ki, you know, side with us or stuff like that. I mean, I know that this happens in our games and stuff like that. So we kind of try and be a little pally with the umpire. So the question to you is that, do you stay secluded? I mean, do you keep yourself distanced from this, or do you listen into the players? कैसा होता है?
प्लेयर एक्चुअली मतलब वो चाहते हैं कि हम उनके
साइड पे
आ जाए या ऐसे कोई बात करते हैं, लेकिन थोड़ा सा मतलब प्रोफेशनली ये होना पड़ता है, अंपायर को भी प्रोफेशनल रिलेशन रखना पड़ता है प्लेयर के साथ. बहुत ज़्यादा घुल मिल भी नहीं सकते और बहुत डिटैच भी नहीं रह सकते. तो एज़ फार एज पॉसिबल थोड़ा प्रोफेशनल रिलेशन के थोड़ा दूर ही रहते हैं हम लोग प्लेयर के साथ मैच के टाइम पे.
तो you'll stay this thing distance from the thing. So that way you can actually maintain the sanctity of that particular match.
Correct.
So now moving to another part of it, right? So इतने सारे matches आपने किए रहेंगे. Do you want to share with us, you know, any particular match that you've officiated, or where, you know, the decision was very tough to make, but you had to take a decision, and then anything that happened after that of the match?
See, the decisions are not difficult. I mean, all decisions are alike only. Sometimes the situation makes the decision difficult. So there was one game in Lali, Haryana, where Haryana was playing against Odisha. The weather was such, you know, Lali is a very windy weather.
Where exactly is Lali?
In Haryana, near Rohit.
Okay.
So उसके ग्राउंड के आसपास सब फील्ड्स है, खेत है सब, तो पूरी हवा चलती रहती है और वेदर भी चिली रहता है थोड़ा. तो वो कंडीशन में एज अ मुंबईकर आई एम नॉट यूज्ड टू दैट काइंड ऑफ वेदर.
Okay.
So even we have to put the gloves and all to
just to stay warm.
So in that match there was a very close game, and Odisha won by only 1 run that match. So that was a very interesting game weather wise also and competitiveness wise also.
Okay. No, so now when somebody wins by 1, right? I mean, that I think at that point in time there's always a lot of anguish and stuff that happens, right? So do you feel that while you're on that pitch? I mean, आपको भी लगता है कि, or it just, I mean, you just do your job and you just come off from it?
You feel that, but I mean, you cannot get into that. I mean, there was one incident I remember from that match when there was a wicket. The bowler got the batsman out clean bowled, but then I referred the decision for the
third umpire.
No ball. For no ball, I referred the third umpire, and it was a no ball. So it was very in the closing stages of the game. So that way you have to be, you cannot take the pressure of the game. You have to be in the moment.
So that, the thing that you just mentioned, was that an intuition or you just saw that? I mean, आपने देखा था, because very, I mean,
I had that doubt, yeah.
Okay. And then you referred it to the third umpire.
Yes. Playing conditions allow us to refer for the no ball if there is a fall of wicket.
Okay. And I think a lot of people do like the fact that, you know, you can refer to DRS and use technology, right? So again, you know, and in the past we all know that technology was not prevalent and it always depended on the umpire. Yes. So what is your view on the technology that's being used right now? I mean, how good is it? I mean, can it be made better? So anything regarding that?
Yeah. Actually, technology is very good. It is helping the game. Earlier what used to happen, अगर अंपायर ने किसी को आउट दिया, किसी को नॉट आउट दिया क्रूशल स्टेज में, और उसके वजह से अगर मैच का रिजल्ट चेंज हो गया, तो एवरीबडी यूज्ड टू ब्लेम अंपायर्स कि यार वो आउट नहीं था, वो आउट था करके. बट नाउ even if there is a wrong decision, it gets corrected because of the technology, and there is a huge boost for the game. So even umpires also बिंदास होके डिसीजन दे सकते हैं. उनको पता है कि अगर कुछ गलत हो भी गया इधर उधर, तो टेक्नोलॉजी विल करेक्ट अस, एंड that will not affect the game.
Okay.
So technology is definitely a blessing for the game.
But has there ever been an occasion where, you know, technology has got it wrong? Because it is quite possible, right? That you know, it might not capture it.
It is possible. Technology also make mistakes. But the howlers, as you say, the big edge, and everybody on the broadcast, I mean the viewers watching it on television have heard it. But the umpire on the field, because of the crowd or whatever,
might not have heard. Like a nick.
Yes. So those howlers get corrected, and that does not affect the game, the result of the game.
Okay, great. So what is the technology that's being used? I mean, is there any like, for example, we know in tennis they have Hawkeye. So what's being used for cricket?
Cricket also they use Hawkeye.
They use Hawkeye.
For the detection of edge, they use UltraEdge technology, and for LBW they use a ball tracking technology. They put a point where the ball has hit the batter on the person of the batter, and then they track the ball, the same path they track using the ball tracking technology to assess whether the batsman is out LBW or not.
Okay.
So these three technologies are used. In Australia they use hotspot also.
Okay.
So that is also a edge detection technology, where ball hits the bat, they make a spot on the bat or bat or person, wherever the ball has hit, and using that they detect the edge of the.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that technology, I mean, there are different kinds of technology, and do they, I mean, this keeps upgrading as time goes by and then they utilize new things, or is it like the same, is there a monopoly that, you know, like for example, hotspot or Hawkeye, that's the same thing?
Hawkeye is the technology mostly used in all the cricket events.
Okay.
Now there is a smart replay kind of a thing where they show the TV umpire, they show the replay very quickly so that the time can be saved.
Okay.
So that smart replays are also now being used very often. Very often
they're being used. Okay, great. I think that gives us an insight into the various technologies that that are prevalent in umpiring. You know, so digress from it. So we were discussing umpiring here, and what I'm asking Pranav here is that technology is a different part of umpiring, and it's, you know, it's in conjunction with umpiring, but you require a whole set of people that work there as well, right? So just want to understand whether there are opportunities that lie in that particular space.
Yeah, there are. The broadcast team or that technology which carries their whole lot of guys with them.
Okay.
So to manage a game, there are 30 odd cameras they use to.
Wow.
So all those cameramen, the screens if you go in the broadcast room, that broadcast room will be screens full of wall. There will be screens. Each camera is shown on one screen. The picture they are broadcasting.
Okay, so basically what you're trying to say is that there are quite a few opportunities in that area as well.
Yeah.
Now the other question that I have for you is that I know that, you know, at a very high level of cricket, you'll have all this stuff, right? You'll have everything in place.
Correct.
But the local, if you go to the grassroots, we don't have that stuff, right? So, you know, are there any plans maybe in the future where, you know, something like this will be, you know, out there for everybody else?
I don't think so. I think to bring cameras and technology in local level will be very expensive. As well as you know, in Mumbai, we play in Maidans.
Correct.
Azad Maidan, Cross Maidan, Shivaji Park or Dadkar Maidan, Matunga, opposite Podar College. So in those Maidans, at a time, many of the games are in progress. So Cross Maidan, we can play 8 or 9 games at a time.
Okay.
So their boundaries crisscross each other.
Right.
So keep cameras in those grounds is very difficult. So it is not possible at that level, but maybe yes, BCCI covers all of its matches with static cameras, and on a higher level also, obviously we know that.
Yeah, it's already there. So I mean, for something like that to happen, it will take a long time.
Yes.
Now the other thing that I want to ask you is, you've officiated in matches, right? So which is one of the best stadiums that you've officiated out of? I mean, is there like a choice that, you know, somebody would like, maybe I would like to officiate out of Brabon or, you know, any other stadium? Do you have something like that?
Yeah, I have officiated in many of the stadiums. Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai is is our home ground, and it's very nice also. But a few stadiums to name, Lucknow, Ikana Stadium, Lucknow. That is the stadium where I made my Ranji Trophy debut, first class debut.
Okay.
So that is very close to my heart. A big stadium, nice ground, nice pitch, good umpires room, good dressing rooms for players also. So that is one of the stadiums that I like very much.
The Lucknow one?
Lucknow one, yes.
Okay. Other than that, it is your Wankhede Stadium.
Wankhede Stadium is good, Chennai is good, Chepauk. Many are. Nowadays, the infrastructure BCCI is building, it's outstanding. I mean, every part of the country, there is a beautiful stadium coming up.
Okay. So great. I mean, I think we got a lot of good views from you. You know, maybe one more thing you want to share with the viewers is, like you mentioned that you debuted at Lucknow, right?
Yes.
And what was that feeling like when you first went out on that pitch, and you know the whole world is watching you, right? So what was that feeling like?
It was a fantastic feeling. It was the first class game, first Ranji Trophy game for me. And some big players were playing. It was a Jharkhand versus Uttar Pradesh game. For Uttar Pradesh, there was Suresh Raina. For Jharkhand, there was Ishan Kishan, Saurabh Tiwari, Varun Aaron, and like that. So it was a really fantastic game, and I mean, I can never forget the memories of that game.
Of that one. Okay, great. So another one for you is, see, we all as cricket fans, right, we have somebody that we follow. For example, I kind of, really like Kapil Dev when, India won the World Cup and stuff like that. There's Sunil Gavaskar, we all know, great batsman. So do you also have a favorite player that, you look up to and you'd feel good to be officiating his match? Do you have anything like that?
There are many actually,
Okay.
but
Have you officiated anyone that
yes, I officiated Rohit Sharma. I have
okay.
watched his batting from the, as they say, best seat in the house.
Best seat in the house, yeah.
Then I officiated Wasim Jaffer from Mumbai.
Okay.
I officiated a time shield final game in BKC Mumbai, and he scored 100 there. So it was a really pleasant to the eye to watch him bat in front of me. So there are actually many players, but quickly these two come to my mind, and
Okay.
which I have actually officiated.
Awesome. And what about the god of cricket of India, Sachin Tendulkar?
I could not officiate his game, but I have met him during a IPL when I was a fourth umpire, but I could not officiate his game.
Okay, you've actually spoken with Sachin Tendulkar.
Yes.
That's great. Great to know. I think the audience will be very thrilled to know about that. Now, the other thing that I want to ask you is, sometimes bowlers, right? And whenever we watch a cricket match, right, bowlers are very, very aggressive. So, does that aggressive feeling actually come onto the umpire as well? I mean, how do you deal with something like that?
Yeah, it is sometimes the game situation is such that everybody, bowler wants to take a wicket, batsman wants to score runs. When it is a very tight game, bowler put pressure on you.
Correct.
So वो आपसे चाहते हैं कि आप कोई उनके साइड से डिसीजन आ जाए आपके पास इन दैट क्लोज गेम. तो कभी कभी
तो आप कभी उनको वार्निंग देते हो क्या कि दैट यू कैन नॉट बिहेव लाइक दिस, ऐसा हो जाता है?
हो जाता है, लेकिन आपको वो गेम का ये देख के आप उनसे बात करना पड़ता है. थोड़ा सा वो जब भी शांत हो जाते हैं, जब भी कभी क्वाइटली आप उनके पास जाते हो या उनके कैप्टन के पास जाके आप उनसे बात करते हो कि व्हाट यू हैव डन इज़ नॉट गुड for the game, and please don't do it next
Okay.
time.
Yes, since you mentioned that, right, that's another big thing that happens in cricket. So we have the captains, right, and the captains, silently do a lot of stuff. So I'm sure the captains will come up to you and tell you stuff like that. So Aisa sab, do you have any incident you want to share where somebody's come up to you and and spoken something, and then you've taken a decision post that?
Couldn't recollect any such situation, but communicating with captains is very important part of the game actually for umpires, because every message you have to pass on through the captains. If any player is misbehaving, or if you want them to do something, they're behind in over rate or whatever, every information you have to pass through the captain only. So it is very important to have a good communication with the captain.
So Pranav, we will now, just focus on umpiring as a career option.
Okay.
So, just want your insights into, what people should do for umpiring as a career option.
Okay. So जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, you start with your local association first. You get through those exams. पहले written exam, oral practical exam. After going through that exam, you have to officiate in the local games. Gain experience. Local game में officiate करते करते जब भी BCCI conducts an exam, your association will recommend your name, or they will conduct some entrance type an exam, and they will shortlist the candidates and they'll send the name of the candidates to the BCCI.
Okay.
Then similar procedure followed in BCCI also. First the written exam, oral exam and practical exam. If you qualify that exam, you become a BCCI umpire.
Okay.
After becoming BCCI umpire, you have to officiate in the domestic circuit all over India. And depending on your progress, depending on your performance and your experience, BCCI will promote you for the bigger matches. You start with under 16 games, under 19 games, women games, and then you gradually go up for a first class match, Dulip Trophy, Ranji Trophy, or so forth.
Great. So, and this is similar for both men and women. Now we've seen this, that the Indian team is doing very well, right? The women's team as well.
Yes.
So what you just mentioned to us, the career pathing that you just mentioned, that's similar for men and women.
Yes, similar for men and women both.
Okay. And another thing I think viewers would like to know is in terms of like remuneration and stuff like that, is it very good? Is it something that, people can look forward to?
Yes, at the highest level, at the BCCI level, you it can be a career option, but not at the local level. Local level, you have to do something else also with them. Local level, you have to, whenever you get time, you have to officiate, but that cannot be a career option. You have to do something else also.
Okay, so only at the highest level it is worth it.
Yes.
The opportunity is worth pursuing, is what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
So, and we've also noticed that a lot of people are leaving those professions. I mean, professions like chartered accountants and all are moving to umpiring. What is your take on that?
Yes, those are also, recently chartered accountants, lawyers are also coming into umpiring for the love of the game. Some do their professional works together, some leave their jobs and come, depending on their job profile. But of late, more CAs and lawyers are also coming into
Are
the
getting
umpiring.
into it. So basically what you're saying is it doesn't just have to be a hobby. It can, you can actually pursue it as a full-blown career.
Correct.
Right? Okay, great. I think that's great insight from you, Pranav. Thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.